Greetings everyone, Tarot from the Divine here with your weekly energy reading of what's possibly coming up this week for those of you in the collective. Now this isn't going to be for everyone, so just keep that in mind and only take what resonates. But you know, there will be some people in the collective that are going to be dealing with this energy, whatever it is, for the coming week. So let's see what we've got going on. Okay, Spirit, what are we going to have coming up this week? What do we got going on? All right, we have expectation. What else? Someone is expecting something. See how she's looking out the window. She's expecting a visitor or something to come in the mail. Alright, these both flipped out in the reverse. So this is concern in the reverse. But I usually take them in the upright. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it to the upright, but we'll remember that it was in the reverse. And if we need to, we'll flip it back around. And then high honor was in the reverse as well. So, no, we're going to go ahead and turn them over. And then let's see what else. If we could get a couple more. Okay, we have the courthouse. And then if we could get one more, please. Distant horizon. Okay. So these are what is currently going on. Now this is distant past, recent past, current situation, or present time, immediate future, and distant future. And so I had to switch out my cards because, well, it's just a good idea to do it every once in a while. Just switch your cards out. You get different energy with different decks. And that other deck, it needed a break. It was starting to read all the same stuff. So it just needed a break. So it's resting. And besides, we've got to start getting ready for spooky season, and I can bring out my spooky cards. I've got like 5 different decks, so I'm excited about that. So anyway, let's see what we've got going on. So what about this expectation, Spirit? Okay, so it came out kind of on the fence, and it is the 5 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles is typically emotional hardship, homeless, broke, focus, hungry. You can also look at it on the positive side of focusing on the health and on the wealth of love and companionship. So you may not have money, but if you have friends and companions that help you out, then focus on that wealth. Because see these 2 little kitties here? You know, they're friends, and they have, you know, 5 little kibbles in between them, and they'll share. So, you know, you're supposed to focus on that instead of focusing on the emotional hardship and being left out of everything and all of that. Although it may happen, you know, focus on the companionship and helping each other get through it. 5 is instability and conflict, and the Pentacles is money, material possessions, career, and health. So, you know, you may have a bad spell of health or something. So this expectation may be expecting maybe news from a doctor, or expecting news from an employer or a potential employer or something like that. What else with that one, Spirit? This might turn into a long reading. I don't know. What else with the expectation? That's a lot. So, in my hand, we've got the Two of Wands, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and then the Five of Cups in the reverse. And landing, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Oh boy. And the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. Alright, so with the Two of Wands in the reverse, or Two of Wands, it's in the upright. Choices or decisions need to be made on possibly a new experience coming up, partnership or balance, goals, creativity, and passions. And if you're going through a Five of Pentacles, then yeah, you need to make some decisions, maybe on finding a new job, or finding a new place to live, or doing something to get some material stuff coming in. If it's your health, then you need to focus on what do you need to do to help your health. Some people have to quit their job, and that would be the Five of Pentacles. And the expectation, you're waiting on news, and you're waiting to make a decision. We have the Ace of Swords, so there could be some miscommunication causing panic and confusion. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, thoughts, communication, and logic. So, make sure that you're not driving yourself crazy with maybe incorrect thoughts. Make sure make sure your logic and everything is in order, so that you're not panicking over nothing. Then we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So this is a good card in the reverse. It's a good time to start a new project or a relationship. Fives are instability and conflict, so you're coming out of some sort of an instability or a conflict. So maybe the expectation is waiting for a decision on how to come out of that. Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is someone who is stubborn. They don't like to listen to others. They're controlling, aggressive, demanding. They can be nitpicky. So maybe somebody's living with, I hate to say it, but they're living with a mother-in-law or a demanding, like a grandparent or something like that. And they are affecting your well-being. And that could be part of your miscommunication. Your Ace of Swords in the reverse, they could be causing panic by interjecting their, they don't want to listen to anybody. They know everything. And so they're telling you all this stuff, and a lot of it could be wrong. So just keep that in mind. And then you have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And yeah, this is someone that's overconfident. They're egotistical. They can be a liar or deceitful. They're an immature energy, so they're going to, their mouth is going to start working before their brain even has time to fire. So there's a lot of miscommunication and chaos going on in that expectation. So maybe someone has received some news, or you're expecting to receive some news, and everybody's putting in their 2 cents worth, is what I'm getting. Okay, what about this concern in the reverse? So we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So someone has lack of ambition, change comes slowly, there could be some delays in your goals, creativity, and passions, because you're trying to figure it out. And if you have a Five of Pentacles, then you may not have the money to do what you want or need to do. And so that's going to delay things. And then you've got people putting in their 2 cents worth, and their ego is getting in the way, and they're just getting all up in your business, and they can be delaying stuff too for you for their own purposes. They're not working for your good, they're working for their good. Well, if you're going to live under their roof, then you're going to listen to their whatever they have to say, and you're going to do whatever they tell you to do. And you're probably not a child. And you probably are old enough to make your own decisions. So, just keep that in mind. Then we have the Three of Wands. You need to shift your focus to see the big picture. There is something new on the horizon, and we got a glimpse of that with the Two of Wands. To start a new project. Now is the time to begin a new project. Something new is on the horizon. So you need to shift your focus from seeing only what is in front of you, which is a bunch of negativity, it looks like. And you've got something new coming, so you need to work towards that. On the split, we've got the Empress in the reverse. You may be feeling disconnected or unlucky. And then at the base, we've got the Eight of Cups. You feel restless. It's either time to go with the flow or move on. Okay, so let's keep going. What about this concern in the reverse? So what I'm getting from that last card is that you don't really need to worry about anything. Something new is coming in, and just kind of don't be concerned about what these other people are saying. Let that concern just, like water off a duck's back, I think is the saying. Just let it flow, and, don't worry about it. Let them have their say. And, then you just keep doing whatever it is you need to do. We've got the Three of Pentacles. Diligence will pay off. It's a great time for teamwork and broadening your horizons. The Three is about growth and teamwork, and Pentacles is money and material possessions, career and health. So just keep, if that friend that you've got, that companionship that you've got with the Five of Pentacles there. You may not have any money, but you've got each other and you're sharing what you've got. Well, diligence will pay off. And, keep doing the teamwork and broadening your horizons. So that means, contacting different people. Maybe, keep putting in the job applications or whatever it is you need to do. Or, finish up your treatment or whatever it is, and diligence will pay off. And just don't listen to those other people, those negative Nellies or Nancys or whatever they are over there. Just don't pay any attention to them. What else about this concern? All right, we've got the Nine of Wands, and the 9 is about final obstacles, final hurdles, and reflection. So you're almost there, okay? You can be content a little bit. See, he's playing with the yarn. He's got all this yarn here. He's playing with the yarn a little bit. You're safe. Keep up your courage, persistence and strength. And the reward is close, but keep a lookout. Keep an eye out. It's your goals, creativity, and passion. So you've got a new beginning coming. And it's close, but don't drop the ball. And you can play a little bit, but you know, the more you play in these people's sight, they're gonna attack you for it. So just, keep on the down low, keep being diligent, and it will pay off. What else, Spirit? That's why the concern is in the reverse. You don't need to be concerned so much as you need to be diligent. Anything else? All right, we've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So there may be some procrastination going on or lack of clear vision. You may feel like you're unable to reach your goals. You may feel stuck. So you need to make a plan and take action on it, okay? Just knowing that this is out here and all of that isn't enough. You need to be diligent and make a plan, plan your work your, what is it? Plan your work and work your plan, I think is how it goes. Anyway, do that. And, it's all going to come together for you. Knight of Pentacles. Rewards, possessions, set your goals, and you will attain them with work and patience. That's 3 cards in the same row telling you to be diligent, work your plan, make a plan, and just work towards your goals, and you will attain them. Okay? So that is in the recent past. So that's what you're doing right now. You're working your plan. You're trying to get yourself going on. So what's going on with this High Honor in the reverse? That doesn't sound good, huh? High Honor in the reverse. That sounds like somebody's going to try and do you dirty. Let's see who that is. My bet is it's one of these people back here. Got an Ace of Cups. Think good thoughts, big love, healing. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. New beginnings and opportunities. Emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. So this not High Honor could be an emotional relationship. It could be somebody trying to buddy up to you to be a friend. Let's keep going. Came out on the fence. It's a Knight of Wands. We'll take it in the upright. Gallant, egotistical, impulsive, spontaneous, and easily bored. Okay, so we know that the Knight is a young energy. They're impulsive. They're impulsive. They impatient. They most of the time they mean well, but they act too soon, or they don't think it through, and it can cause more problems than it should. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, and it's about your goals, creativity, and passions. So just be careful of someone coming in as an emotional relationship. It could be a relative. Somebody coming in, oh, I love you, I see what you're doing, I want to help you, blah, blah, blah. And, they're impulsive and they're trying to, they may be the next one trying to tell you what to do. High Honor in the reverse. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So, yeah, you may be having some worry, fear, depression, The only way to get out of it or past it is to go through it. Don't be stressing so much, because you have something coming. And this impulsive person could be bringing you more stress and worry than you need, because they are trying to take action. They may be coming in trying to solve the whole thing, trying to solve your problem for you. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily not of high honor, but it could mean that they are just immature and not thinking it through. Doesn't mean necessarily that they mean anything bad. Down on the floor, of course. Hang on a second. Okay, so it's the Six of Cups. Good things from the past are coming. Happy times ahead, reconnecting with your youth. So something that made you happy in the past could be an old flame, it could be an old friend, it could be a job that you used to have and you left, and maybe an opening is coming back up, and you can get back into something that you actually loved to do. But it's emotional happiness. It brings you emotional joy. What else? So again, things are going to come through for you. You just have to show diligence and patience, and you have to work towards the goal. Anything else, Spirit, before we move on? Justice card in the reverse. Okay, so you've got to be careful. There could be some karma headed your way. You may have made a mistake in the past. You may have gotten in a fight with one of these people or something like that. And it could delay your forward progress just a little. So just be aware. Or it could be that this person coming in and knowing everything and all of that is trying to send some karma your way, trying to, slow you down a little. So just be aware, dot your I's and cross your T's. Make sure your P's are P's and your Q's are Q's. And then we have the courthouse. So what do we got going on with the courthouse? Ouch. Got a cramp in my thumb. The Ten of Pentacles. Well, that's a good thing. Success earned, maintain good relationships, returning affection. It's a completion, and it's Pentacles is money, material possessions, career, and health. So there may be some sort of a court case that you've been waiting on, and that could be the expectation. Maybe you've had to borrow money from people, or had to live with someone while this court case panned out. That could be. And anyway, it's going to have completion, and it looks like it's going to be in your favor. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So you may get some money with this. The reason I say this is because in the reverse, this can be greedy, materialism, and you're too focused on the material aspect of things. So, aces can be new beginnings and opportunities. So don't be greedy. Whatever you're awarded is what you're awarded. Don't be greedy. Don't, go after a whole bunch more, because that is where your karma could come in. that right there can bring you this karma, and it can stop all of your forward progress. What else, Spirit? What about this courthouse? All right, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is stability, security, and holding on to what is yours, which you have every right to do. It's structure and stability. So, maintain your structure, or start building your structure, maintain your stability, and just keep the course. You've had to be diligent back here. Continue to do everything according to plan, and you'll be okay. Oh. Sorry, y'all. I've got a cramp in my thumb. What else? Ten of Wands in the reverse. Okay. You need to learn to delegate your responsibility and learn to say no. People are going to try and dump all their stuff onto you. Maybe you've got, maybe you're getting an award of some sort from the court, and a settlement of some sort, and people are going to try and put everything onto you. You need to learn to say no, delegate. Maybe, you're getting questioned a lot. Maybe someone is wanting to borrow money, and, you got a whole bunch of people trying to borrow money or whatever. Delegate that responsibility to an impartial party, someone like an attorney or an accountant or something like that, where they have to go talk to them. And they can say no a lot easier than, you can't say no to Cousin Joe over here because he's in a bad way, and you see similarities between your situation, his situation, and, you got a soft heart, and so you end up giving him the money, and then, all of that. So look into having a third party take care of that situation for you. What else about this courthouse? And like I said, only take this if it resonates. King of Pentacles. Provider, successful, abundant, ambitious, and don't be wasteful. So that is a message to you, collective. Kings are about results and practicality. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, doesn't have to be. And this is about, your material stuff, your money, your possessions, your career, and your health. You're a provider, okay? So you've been to court, you've gotten whatever it is you're going to get, and now you're able to provide, but don't be wasteful, okay? Absolutely get what you need, absolutely, but live within your means, and don't be wasteful on stuff. Don't go, buying everything under the sun just because you can. Make sure to save some. And then that way you can have whatever you need for a long time. Okay, anything else? Okay, last one for that. All right. Five of Wands. 5 is instability and conflict. Okay, so you need to learn to stand up for yourself. So someone's going to try and challenge you on this decision. that you're getting from the court. Someone's going to try and challenge you. And you need to learn to stand up for yourself. And that's part of delegating the financial responsibility or the financial end of it to someone else, so that you can stand up for yourself by saying, I don't have any control over that. You're going to have to talk to so-and-so who I have appointed to handle these types of situations. So you go talk to them and let someone who is more qualified and used to it deal with that. All right, distant horizon. Oops. All right, distant horizons. What's going on in the distant future? We've got temperance, so balance, moderation, patience, going with the flow, negotiation, balance, fire, Sagittarius influence, and you are guided to find peace. So this settlement with the court is going to grant you the ability to balance out your life, which has been out of balance. So this is going to allow you to balance out your life as long as you don't get greedy and as long as, you stick with your plan. This is turning into a good reading. I like this reading. Thank you, Spirit. People need some good news right about now, don't they? Okay. So that's what we're going to get for this. Okay. One card, Temperance. And Spirit says, don't need to say anything more. Okay. That works. Can I get... No? Okay. So I guess we're going to go with... Let's look for some synchronicities in numbers. And then... I don't know who we're going to hear from. It's either the angels or the ancestors. I don't know. So let's look for some synchronicities here. Alright. So we're going to pull one, we're going to pull three from here. Alright. So we have, pardon me, 3377, which is lucky from heaven, prosperity, change, spiritual awakening. The angels are full of joy, not only because they see the sacredness within your truth self, but also because they agree with the path you have chosen. They want you to know that you deserve happiness and allow the flow of divine ecstasy that comes with your sacred inheritance and the path you have chosen. All right, so if you stick to this path, you'll be making the angels happy, and be looking for 3s and 7s. 1188. Metamorphosis. Change, love, wealth, upward. You are approaching the end of a major stage in your life. If you are tired of certain parts of your life, be happy, because it will soon be healed or replaced by something better. Completely surrender and release those parts of your life that are no longer useful, because a better life that you desire is coming soon. Look for the 1s and the 8s. And then 333. So it's about the 3s this week. And then the 7s and the 1s and the 8s will be in there, but the 3s are going to be around. Luck arrives. Lucky, healthy, kind. The angels are approaching you to let you know that you have their assistance, love, and company. Call upon the angels frequently, especially when you see the number 3 around you. It indicates that some important archangels are approaching you. And boy, that goes right along with the reading. Isn't that great? I love it when it does that. And so we're going to do the angel guide. And see what else we get here. We're going to divide it. Take this one. Self-acceptance. So hold on a second while I get that out. So self-acceptance. Okay, here you go. You are making incredible efforts to heal and release habits and thoughts that once held you back. Take a moment to look at yourself through the loving eyes of Mother, Father, God, and appreciate how far you've come, all the adversity you've faced, and the person you are today. Angels are wrapping their wings around you and encouraging you to see what they see. And they see you as perfect, just the way you are. If your confidence has dropped recently or you've not been as positive as you'd like to have been, change that now by giving yourself credit where it is due. Maybe you've discovered that negative talk and thoughts aren't working for you. Let me reread that. Maybe you've discovered that negative talks and thoughts aren't working for you. This is a time to try loving yourself instead. To get started, try speaking to yourself more respectfully and giving yourself some leeway and some time to change. When this card appears, know that your self-esteem and confidence have taken some knocks over the years, and you have had thoughts that are no longer serving you. But your angels want nothing more for you than to be happy and at peace, and they are drawing close now to help restore your confidence in yourself. You have the ability to live a life that you love, but to experience that fully, you have to recognize that you are worthy of it. So take some time today to realize that heaven loves you unconditionally, and then take small steps to loving yourself the same way. The outer world you experience is a mirror of the conversations you have on the inside with yourself, so align them with love. And that message works beautifully into this reading. So I do hope that you all enjoyed this. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family, especially if this resonates with you for someone that you know. Share the message with them so that they can see it and receive some encouragement. So anyway, that's your reading. Thank you all for being here. And hey, until next time, have a great day.